What's up, boys and girls? Today we're going to talk about Project Next. We will try to cover all the new things, give advices, explanations, and express our opinion on the whole game. For example, Eudora always been a trouble in late game. She was able to one-shot enemies. Now her passive applies additional effect while casting her skills on the targets. Here are some examples. Before she could stun only one target, now if the passive is triggered she can stun up to 3 enemies. The passive works well with her first skill and ult as well, which means more damage.
Moving on, we have Alice. Now her ultimate is just like Alice's second skill, can be casted infinitely, as long as you have mana. This makes Alice better in laning and farming. We suggest Clock of Destiny or Enhancement Talisman in order to use her ult more often. We like her update and we hope you guys enjoy it more.
After that we have the fighter, starting with Zilong. Now his passive can be triggered after 3 basic attacks, dealing 150% damage and restoration of his HP. His second skill cooldown now resets after killing a target, and the ultimate cast is faster and smoother. It gives Zilong movement speed and attack speed. It also makes him immune from slow effects. We think that this revamp was necessary and he became a good side laner.
Next fighter is Zelipa. His passive can be triggered with basic attacks or his skills, giving him 50% lifesteal. When his ultimate is activated, he gains 40% more lifesteal and slow enemy downs by 40% for 4 seconds. His ultimate can be triggered without a target. We think he needs a nerf on his ultimate to balance him more compared with other fighters.
Next is Saber. His first skill now has 5 blades, and each time he hits a target with basic attack or skill, one of the blades will come back at the target, dealing 192 physical damage. His second skill now enhances his basic attack and slows the target by 60% for 1 second. We think now he can farm too fast, giving him XP advantage over other junglers.
Next is Tagiel. They remodeled him and replaced his sword with a hammer. They also changed his first skill. Now he smashes the ground, making 3 waves that deal 270 physical damage and slow enemy down by 30% for 1.5 seconds. Now he can do flicker ultimate combo during his ultimate animation. This tank was forgotten and we think this is a necessary event.
Moving to marksmen, we have Layla. Her passive is the damage of basic attacks and skills scaled with distance between her and enemies. Now when hitting a target with first skill, you will gain more range and increase movement speed by 60% for 3 seconds. When landing second skill, Layla leaves a mark on the target that explodes to nearby enemies, slowing them down by 30% for 1.2 seconds. Each time Layla uses her ultimate, she increases her slide range. We think this update is good for her, but the range is too big.
The second marksman is Mia. Now her passive gives her 5% attack speed when hitting a target, up to 5 times, and it lasts for 4 seconds. When reaching max stats, she will make a copy of herself, dealing 30 damage, and this damage can be crit. Her second skill now immobilizes the enemy for 1.2 seconds, and it's split to 8 minor arrows, slow enemy down 30% for 2 seconds. All in all, we think Mia looked really good, but her second skill is a bit broken.
Here are some of the remodeled heroes. In this update they didn't focus only on game-changing aspects but visuals as well. As you can see, they tried to make the looks of the skins and heroes better in-game and the loading screen. Not long ago a lot of people were asking for these changes, so the game slowly but surely is paying back what the players want. In our opinion, the visual changes look much better than before. Maybe only Joe looks and feels weird while playing and the cast of his skills don't match up the good intro they made of him. When it comes to visuals effects, you probably noticed the new lobbies, the new sound effects, wallpapers, and all the new icons of the new items. Now let's move to the core of this whole update, which is the battlefield changes. Firstly, as you all know, now you can't jungle without retribution spell because you aren't able to buy jungle items. It's because of the new role called jugnler, which perfectly fits for the assassin roles. The healing base area or the fountain now is bigger. The idea is to make it easier to defend your base when enemies are trying to push. That's why we recommend you to stop trying to kill enemies in their base. Also, the green healing minion now restores only 1% of your mana and gives movement speed. Its effect lasts only in the area of the river. They also added new control except the hero lock mode. Skill smart targeting is supposed to help Franco, Kaja and stun heroes to focus more on the target. The problem with this control is the visual effect. Usually in teamfight the positioning of the heroes doesn't allow to see the ground, where the targeting is shown. That's why we didn't like much how it's displayed in-game. If there are more than 2 enemies in one place, it's hard now to focus on the target you want. Camera shift is game changing for Selena mains. It works for many heroes such as Hylos, Leilzult and others, but most importantly it works well with Flameshot. The area you're able to see while holding your skill or spell is advantage for you, making it seem like an eagle eye on the map. When it comes to the map, you all notice the difference. Now every row has a place on it, so let's begin with the goat lane. This lane is placed on the opposite side of the turtle. The first 7 waves offer extra 50% gold, that's why they suggest marksmen to go on it. The next lane is the XP one, where they place the fighters because they get 50% more XP and it's closer to the turtle lane. The roam one is supposed to be for support or tank since they're going to roam between the lanes and help the team. The next one is jungle row or assassin one. Probably the best part of the jungle row now is that they take all of the creeps. Now we will move to some suggestions, or at least what we noticed after the update. The Mobile Legends community separated into players who liked the update and the players who would quit the game because of it. The problematic part of this project is that people should get used to the new map and the advantage every lane gives. At first it will be hard if you play solo, duo or trio in rank just because people still don't know what to do. It's the same when masks came out first. The basic positioning is this one. The most important part in this composition is that the marksman doesn't leave its lane until the 7 waves pass and the advantage of the minions is gone. Hitting the tower you gain extra gold, which will help you get faster your first item. Important notice here is that your tank should stay away from the tower while the ADC is hitting it because you will share the gold. Trying to win your lane is a priority right now. The same is for the fighters on the XP lane. Meanwhile the mage is clearing waves until level 4 and after that is ganking with the jungler. This will allow the jungler to get level 4 and XP very fast. This row is probably the most important part of the strategy and it also means he farms the whole jungle. Better leave the jungler solo farming because the creeps won't be that tanky. For the mages in mid, we suggest you to pick some mobility hero that is good to gank and always can escape because he will basically solo lane. Don't buy mask because it's not necessary, just don't ruin your jungler farm and stay in your lane until you get level 4. Another type of composition is close to the one to do. The fighter is again placed on the XP lane, the tank and the jungler, who is actually the mid laner with retribution, are in mid, and the marksman is with support on the gold lane. Here the tank isn't supposed to help the jungler with farm, his main idea is to roam and help to prevent or to engage ganks. After minute 3 or after the lane bonus passes, the mid laner takes only blue buff and leaves the marksman to get the red one. In the next composition you don't actually need a marksman. Gold lane is taken by mage or fighter with support, mid lane is taken by tank and assassin, and the XP lane is for the fighter. Their composition is 1-3-1. This composition is highly recommended for good marksman players who already know how to use retribution. It's a risky game because usually we secure late game with marksman or jungler, but in this case the player is actually one. So the composition here is: the XP lane is taken by fighter, gold lane is taken by mage, and the mid laner is for the support, tank and the marksman. Only the tank is helping the jungler while the support is ganking the lanes. In this case, and the same as the others, the jungler isn't supposed to take the farm from the side lanes, that's why the marksman and the tank appear or gank only if they see enemies on the map. In conclusion, we can say that this meta is really interesting and new. It will make the game different but at the same time logical. The players who have experience with League of Legends or Arena of Valor will probably find the update not that hard. What we think about it is that Project Next was really necessary in order to change the old meta. The players got used to the same playstyle and being carried by one person. Now the teamwork is separated. A good jungler means good map awareness, means he knows where to gank and at what time. Good jungler won't take the XP and the gold from the side lane minions. Your home is your jungle and everything out of that is where you should take kills. For the tanks, it's for the best to leave your marksman after the 7 waves pass and start rotating. Good mage in mid is the one who follows the gank and supports the team. If you have other ideas about compositions or you want to express your opinion about Project Next, you can do it in the comments and we can discuss it. Thank you for watching!